Good morning, everyone. I'm enjoying a nice hot cup of Yorkshire Gold tea this morning while Vincent takes his nap. We've been up for quite some time. It's only 9:30 now. Vincent's an early riser, and we took a nice long walk out in nature with one of my spirit moms this morning, and just had a really great time. And so he is pretty tired now because it's nice and cool, so lots of fresh air this morning, and he's taking a really great nap. So I'm enjoying my cup of tea and drew my card today for Oracular Fantastical. So today's card is card number 11, Alice in a Sea of Tears. Cast away out of your depth, feeling abandoned. This is the Australian card right here. The image is exactly the same in the American version. So this card is speaking about a dark time, a dark night of the soul, I would say. The interesting thing is that I think that this card really has a lot to do with the aftermath of the fallout, or the aftermath of a difficult experience, that kind of thing. And it's interesting that she showed up this morning because last night was the full moon, the harvest moon. It's September 20th today. And for me, it's been in a very emotional and challenging space of having to let go of, really letting go of the past and not holding on to hurts and pains of the past. And the message has really come through really clear for me. And I drew the Tower card last night from my tarot deck. And now Alice in a Sea of Tears is kind of backing up that this has been in an emotionally wrought time. And I have been feeling very alone through that time. But that the time has been necessary, and that I'm actually really supported, and have been supported, and will continue to receive even more support. And I say that because in the card, Alice isn't alone. There's the crab and the rat. And in the written meaning, Lucy talks about how by taking on some of the rat and the crab's characteristics, the rat's ability to compartmentalize and the crab's hard outer shell protecting them emotionally from wounding, by taking on some of these abilities, we grow stronger and can weather the storm better. Another message that Alice in a Sea of Tears is sharing with us is that, yes, there has been the pain in a painful situation, but it's now time to leave that situation. And if we choose to continue being hurt and being in a sad or angry space about whatever has occurred or whatever is coming up for us, like in my case, that's been in the past, that's kind of resurfacing as you're working on healing yourself. If we stay in that space, in that feeling, that's a choice for us to stay in that space. Because Alice in the Sea of Tears is telling us that it's time to move on. In numerology, she reduces down to the number 2 because she is 11 in this deck. So it's really about action and getting the work done and moving on. Not about staying in the same space. So if you're choosing to stay in a stuck space and you continue to relive the incident or incidents or experience over and over again, then that is your choice to stay in that space. You have the power. You have the ultimate power of choice in every situation and how you choose to react in any moment. And interestingly enough, I'm reading Deepak Chopra's The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success for my metaphysical classes that I take in the fall with Maureen McDonald. And we're studying this book as a group and on our own during this time. And in one of the laws, he talks about the fact that we have the ultimate power of choice, and so we can choose how we respond in any moment. We make the choice if we want to be adversely or positively affected by any experience. And there is a quote by Joseph Campbell that I want to share, and I'm just going to go grab that right. So this is the quote from Joseph Campbell. I've actually had it on my door for a few months now, and I just feel really drawn to share this quote in regards to the Alice in a Sea of Tears card, and this idea of that it's time for you to move yourself on, move yourself forward, and leave the past and those feelings behind. So this is his quote: "Whatever your fate is, whatever the hell happens, you say, 'This is what I need.' It may look like a wreck, but go at it as though it were an opportunity, a challenge. If you bring love to that moment, not discouragement, you will find the strength is there. What a privilege. This is when the spontaneity of your own nature will have a chance to flow. Then, when looking back at your life, you will see that the moments which seemed to be great failures, followed by wreckage, were the incidents that shaped the life you have now. Nothing can happen to you that is not positive." So I'm just going to share that with you again. Nothing can happen to you that is not positive. Even though it feels and looks at the moment like a negative crisis, it is not. The crisis throws you back, and when you are required to exhibit strength, it comes. And that's been a really, really powerful quote that I've been reading and thinking about a lot as far as my own healing and my own journey. And I think that really, in a nutshell, that is what Alice in a Sea of Tears is sharing with us. That, yes, we have been in this space. We've been living this experience. But it's time to leave this experience now. And we're not alone. Our guides, Spirit itself, is with us in the form of the crab and the rat in this case. But always, always protecting us and with us and wanting to encourage us on our paths if we will only have the strength to do that. So, more than anything, I really think that that is her message, and I really feel that very strongly, and it's actually really resonating with me this morning after drawing the tower last night and realizing that I am in this time of transition, and so it's up to me to step into my power and my pure potential and let go of perceived wounding from the past and from my childhood, and not let that define me in any way, and not let that stop me in any way, but move on and realize that it was actually a positive experience that I chose to experience for a reason in this life that has granted me great wisdom and compassion. And so I hope that in my sharing that with you, you can see how that's mirrored in your own experience and in your own life, and what Alice in a Sea of Tears is saying to us. And this is why I really have such great love for this deck, because I think that the messages are not just positive. And positive messages are beautiful, and we need them, but we also need this reminder when we are in that dark night of the soul, when we're walking the path in the dark and we're feeling very scared and alone and lost, and like maybe we can't do it. These type of cards, like Alice in a Sea of Tears, are really such a blessing, and they remind us that there is infinite beauty in every moment, and that it's about realigning to that and stepping away from victimhood, or a focus on lack in what we don't have, or fear in what we could experience or may not experience. So I think that that's really, really powerful. And so that's what Alice in a Sea of Tears really has always had to share with me, and that message hasn't changed. And I've been working with this deck for a while, not with the American version for very long, but with the Australian version for quite some time. Let me just share a little bit of the written meaning. It says, you're releasing the pain. Now you have acknowledged your pain and cried your heartbreak out. The sad magic of your tears is that you are trapped still by your emotional vibration. With the help of the small crab and the rat, beings of protection, night, and purpose, you will create the strength to swim this troubled sea. If you feel very alone, help is coming and will soon be with you. Although you may be feeling you have made a great mistake given all this upheaval, in time you will know you have done exactly the right thing. Dry your tears. Help is here. Well done on making such an important change. So there is the positive to be experienced with this card showing us the space that we've been staying in vibrationally, and that it's now time to move out of it. And how beautifully depicted by Jasmine Beckett-Griffith with Alice. You can just feel the emotion that she has in this scene. So that's been my experience with Alice in a Sea of Tears. And nice to step out of a difficult space, isn't it? We all appreciate that. And what a beautiful time of year to step into a space of power and strength and pure potential. So I hope you all have a lovely day and a lovely weekend if you're watching this on Friday, September 20th. I will see you in the next video. Oh, today is also the last day to enter the Witchy giveaway for 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't done that yet, go watch the video and comment the answer to the question I ask in the comment section. And I will be choosing a winner tomorrow and be letting you know who you are that has won. I'm going to go by intuition and let Spirit choose the winner. And I'm really excited to mail the package out. It's going to be so much fun. So, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.